Alright, I know this is very random for me to upload this, but I just wanted to do this really funny Christmas video where I talk about every snowy episode, every Christmas / snowy episode in the CGI series of Thomas. So, and for the record, I'm not going to include the 4 from Big World Big Adventures because I just don't really feel like it. So this is going to be very different from Super Thomas Eli 99's version of this video, because he was talking about season 17 to 24. I'm gonna just do 13 to 21, so enjoy. Alright, so we're actually off to a good start right here. There's snow tracks, which is actually not awful. It's actually hard nowadays for me to choose what the worst, what the best Miller episode is, because they're always gonna have the free strike formula in some way. So anyways, yeah, I actually quite like Thomas and Gordon's relationship here. There are a lot of moments in the Miller era where Thomas and Gordon are being bros, even if Gordon is a douchebag for half of the CGI series. It's such a contrast going from Snow Tracks, which is flawed but passable, to Every's winter episode from the next 2 seasons, because they are just awful. I can't be alone when I say that almost all of season 14 snowy episodes are just that bad. Merry Winter Wish is awful, except at least there's nothing good about Merry Winter Wish at all. And then there's Thomas and the Snowman Party. You all know why that's bad, except it has one good thing. You probably already know what it is. Thomas:
I have found the biggest, brightest hat. The children will be pleased with that.
Passenger in the background. So funny. This was the scariest moment of that guy's life, but it was the funniest moment of the episode to us. The only good part in this especially notorious episode. Henry's Magic Box. I've already done a meme on this episode on DeviantArt last year, so go check that out. I might leave a link to it in the description. But if you're not going to check the description, the foreman elf from Rudolph looks at Sir Thomas' assistants dressed as elves and goes, "Why weren't you without practice?" And again, Sir Topham had dressed as Santa in front of trees and doesn't even say Merry Christmas. He just says Happy Winter Holidays.
Henry's eyes were wide open.
Merry Misty Island. Why wasn't Emily invited to the Logging Locos Christmas party? And furthermore, Toby has been to Misty Island here, and Toby and Bash, but oh, whatever, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let it snow, just skip Let It Snow. Thomas wastes his and Gordon's time just for it to snow on Misty Island. That's it, just skip it, bah humbug. I absolutely agree with Gordon that Misty Island isn't a winter wonderland, because there's no snow. I love how after Gordon says that, Bash and Dash smirk as if a whole pile of snow was gonna fall on Gordon. Gonna do a Keemstar scream immediately late. This isn't a winter wonderland. What do you mean? There's no snow. Surprise, surprise. This one's... I don't see how people hate this more than the Party Surprise. At least Surprise Surprise didn't introduce some character that we're never going to see again. The Party Surprise is... Yeah, with Surprise Surprise, that scene where Thomas derails Charlie is so capharic, even if it was an accident. And I like how Rocky's the only character besides Kevin to call Victor boss. Don't ask me why I'm fascinated in that. I am aware that Surprise Surprise is also the first episodic speaking role Stanley in CGI. I'm just mentioning that way so no one would tell me I forgot about that when talking about Surprise Surprise. So let's move on. Do I even need to explain what's bad about Percy the Snowman? How blind is Thomas to not notice the pile of snow that that's next to him. Clearly that's Percy. And Tree Trouble is just okay. Tree Trouble, it may be just another Steamies versus Diesel's racism episode, but despite it being one of those, I have to bring up this episode when talking about Old Wheezy Wobbles from the next season because, as Miss Oliver and Blossom stated, Den and Dart have never met the Logging Locust before, as if Tree Trouble never happened. It just occurred to me that while recording this video, it's mirrored. But anyways, but one thing I definitely know about Tree Trouble, alright, is when I went to Day Out with Thomas when I was like 6, I think. I met Sir Topham Hatt, and I recognized the picture of Thomas and Den in the background, even though I had never seen this episode. Oh gosh, we're finally done with the season 15 ones, because season 16 is nearly all bad. Yes, you got your Christmas Trees Express, you've got Emily's Winter Party Special, you've got Ho Ho Snowman, all huge duds, and Salty Surprises just... I can never tell if it's below or above average. And as stated when I was talking about Merry Misty Island, Toby's scared of going to Misty Island even though he's been there in both this and Toby and Bash. Yes, I was inspired by Unlucky Tug by that. Anyways, Ho Ho Snowman is awful. How does Henry not recognize Charlie even though he's clearly taller than the trucks he's hiding behind? Just like Topped Off Thomas, Emily's Winter Party Special has Sir Topham Hatt's hat blown away by the wind. A small, minor problem. Harmless thing, and it's treated like it's serious. I don't like either of these episodes, but I obviously hate Topped Off Thomas more. Salty Surprise is not awful, but it's not good either. Salty Surprise isn't the worst portrayal of Edward, but I don't think Edward is too awful in this episode, honestly. And Salty clearly made up him being green. He clearly pulled that out of his ass. Okay, for the Brenner episodes at least I can tell which ones take place during Christmas and which ones don't, because you've got Santa's the Legend and Missing Christmas Decorations, and No Snow for Thomas and Frozen Turntable, which I guess either one of them could take place during the rest of the year, or even in the new year, but I'm specifically saying that about Frozen Turntable. By the way, I managed to remember Snow Tracks being the only snowy episode in the Miller era in season 13 because it's on the same DVD with the snowy season 17 episodes. Anyways, my opinions on these episodes are almost this. I share my opinions with Santa's Legend with Eli, but Missing Christmas Decorations is just decent, actually. For season 18, all of its snowy episodes are clearly during the Christmas season, and then there's the DVD, The Christmas Engines, with Duck in the Water, which isn't even close to Christmas, but it takes place in winter. I've always counted it. There was probably no other season 18 DVD to have that episode on.
They also really wanted 5 episodes.
Last Train for Christmas is probably my favorite Christmas episode in the CGI series. It's definitely right behind Thomas and Missing Christmas Tree from season 2. And Duncan the Humbug is great too. Long Lost Friend is okay. My opinions on it are toe-to-toe with Eli's. And then there's The Perfect Gift, which is amazing. The scene where Reg just woodchucks the tree just tickles me all the time. As for season 19, it's hard to tell if it has 5 snowy episodes or not, because The Beast of Sodor definitely seems to take place in the new year, but if you really want to count Diesel's Ghostly Christmas as one episode, then there's really 4, because of how the US DVD advertises it. Still, Diesel's Ghostly Christmas makes 0 sense. The only thing that actually gets me in stitches is probably Rocky breaking the 4th wall. How could you forget Paxton breaking the wall? Yes, that's funny too. Anyways, Snow Place Like Home is actually a good Victor / Kevin episode. I feel so bad for Emily. Beast of Sodor is awful, and A Cranky Christmas. Yeah, how could I have not remembered that? A Cranky Christmas is okay, even though Cranky could have just hid the crate in a boxcar. At least we know the Mayor of Sodor is a good ice skater. For season 20, the only ones that really take place during Christmas are Letters to Santa and the Christmas Coffee Pot. Over the Hill seems like Boxing Day, and Railcar and the Coaches and Love Me Tender are definitely are definitely in the new year. Anyways, Letters to Santa is my favorite CGI Percy episode. You obviously already know that. And I'm probably one of only like 2, maybe 3 people who thinks that the 2 Glenn episodes are toe-to-toe with each other. But I'll always find Over the Hill slightly better. The remaining 2 episodes are great as well. Now for season 21, again, there are 5 snowy episodes, but for some reason, both the UK and US DVDs of Christmas on Sodor shoehorn those 3 random season 20 episodes. That's definitely something the UK thought of first, because they had planned 2 other season 21 DVDs that we never got in the States. And please don't remind me of the AI covers I did, because they have not aged well. All of them except for Emily in the Middle and maybe Big Freeze are solid. And none of these winter episodes have Carly at the docks, but it's implied that the only one that takes place after Carly's arrival is a shed for Edward, because she's there. And somehow Thomas's animal arc was going to be part of the season, despite Carly's cameo. Alright, that's it. I hope you enjoyed. I hope this kept you entertained. I hope you found this funny. And, well, have a good Merry Christmas. If you're Jewish, then Happy Holidays. Yeah.